Welcome, everyone, to Orlando, Florida, the bounce house, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on last year's national champions, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Knights will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hip.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49.
Start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
Takes the handoff. It's worthy.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Knights are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Morton. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
To the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Knights are on the move. A designed run for the quarterback.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the 3rd down of this opening drive for his offense.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Lost to fire on 2nd down. Unloads it left. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Here come the Irish back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Abraham. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Motion from the wideout. Takes a handoff. It's Abraham. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got it in the middle, it's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. They'll try to power their way ahead. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Running into the open space. They've got it out to the 34 after getting 5 there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Lining up from the 34 on first down. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Knights! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49.
And what a start for this guy. That's now his second interception in the first quarter of this game. He has been an absolute ball hawk in this thing early, and the quarterback would do well to stop throwing his way the remainder of this game.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go!
To the air on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Brown. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Satterfield. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Knights are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, UCF! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, he's He's off to a good start this year. That's already his third receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And I think the 2 earlier interceptions has rattled this quarterback a little bit. He's just not playing with a lot of confidence. He tried to complete that last throw off of his back leg. Of course, we know when you try to do that, your accuracy goes way down. This quarterback needs to get himself settled.
Rush is on him. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we've played 1 quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They're going to run it to the right. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Immediately fires to the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Irish! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
And right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Satterfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Satterfield. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Oh, they're after him! And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Soft spot in the middle. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Knights had this offense rolling. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Makes the grab. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Pressure coming. Grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short, 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over to the sidelines right now, asking for the ball again here on 4th.
The Knights will move the sticks. You know, gone are the days when the down marker says 4 and you automatically send the punt team out.
No doubt. So many numbers, so many possessions. Everything is monitored. Everything is calculated. And now the analytics say, listen, you got to take more chances if you want to win games.
Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possession together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Second down, he'll throw it. Pulls it in. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You can tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down.
Here we go.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. He's got his man. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Got enough space. Touchdown, Notre Dame. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass.
Oh, he's got some space. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Knights come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Throws for the tight end. He makes the catch. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. To the air on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Knights started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Going to swing it on second down. Hauls it in. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it! They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executed beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Shaking, bounce house living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to change this route. Back to throw, it's Lanier. Makes the grab, it's Strickland. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure something, anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports Studios at the Bounce House.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They'll keep it on the ground. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered...
There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They go to the ground. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. The play action fake. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Knights! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over here. They're up by a field goal over Louisiana Tech. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. With the catch, it's Abraham.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
The hand to the running back. Plows through the defense. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
I got a feeling they went into the half and they talked about how do we create some more explosive plays on offense. First drive, you're trailing. They did exactly that. Nice job by this offense. They're going to need more of them to get back in this football game, but I like the first drive aggressiveness by this offense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab down the middle. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go!
They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Here's a heat. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to... the ground, but
this drive will start at the 6-yard line. Power football with the run. Turning it on. Makes the tackle at the 22, but it's a 15-yard gain, and now they're in business. On 1st down from their own 22. They'll give it to him again. Crosses the 35. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll try the right side. He has the 1st and still on his feet. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Knights will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. After run, now throw. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as this. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Now on the move. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts. starts with a second down play. He's got it on the right. He'll make the stop at the 21 after a pickup of about 5. Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. A run for the quarterback. Got the first down. Looking for more. Building momentum. Picking up a chunk of yardage. Moving the chains out to the 34. Good work up front to get that first down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Runs through the tackle.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Got his man, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the fourth quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. On the run, it's Worthy. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45.
Let's go, let's go.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield. And boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Ready, ready.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And I like the execution by this defense, understanding where the first down marker is. Let him throw the ball short, come up, get him on the ground, forcing a 4th down. Decision time for this offense.
Caught over the middle. It's Satterfield. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. They've got the screen set up. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk. But the long pass is incomplete. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Knights are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. So this offense can capitalize off the desperate 4th down attempt and failure, and they can pad their lead. A 1st down run in the red zone. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Touchdown, UCF! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
Notre Dame comes to the line, trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Looking to throw on 1st down. On target. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And that's good enough for 1st down.
He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
On the play. 2nd down coming up.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Military stun.
Back to pass. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Gets the back moving. They'll throw it from the red zone. Got his man in the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
No gain on the play. Night Nation is third down.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Looking to throw for it. He wants it all. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Touchdown, Irish. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looking for the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own player. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.